there's been some questions as to whether or not those should open, will they open? We're approaching summer vacation, obviously parents are concerned.
Yeah, Rob, do you know Melissa?
We were looking at summer camps and coming up with guidelines, right, with the new cases that were arising with children, right? We're looking at re-looking at those guidelines. Other states around us, we're also moving to open summer camps. They've also slowed down that process. We do have guidelines for childcare, but as far as camps where people sleeping away, how you do that in the context of the new cases, we're re-looking at. So we don't have an answer yet on summer camps, but we're looking at opening them there. Their deadline, close to when they generally open, is in the end of June. So we will get guidance out and make a decision, way in time before that. But right now, the public health concern is the first.
Within the next couple of weeks, we anticipate.
Yes.
Also,
Yeah, but Jesse, also, let's just stay with this for a second. Summer camps, we've been looking at summer camps just because they were always gatherings and they obviously had density and they were posing issues. This issue with this Kawasaki-like syndrome is, I think, very important. We have about 120 cases now that we're investigating in New York. People say, oh, that's only 120 children. I don't believe it's only 120 children. I believe this is a syndrome that we are just discovering. And Dr. Zucker has had a couple of conversations with health people across the country. Already, like 16 states are saying, oh yeah, we see that also. 5 countries are saying we see that also. I think the numbers are going to be much, much higher. And we need to know that as a society. We were told children are not affected. And we've been operating on that basis. And that's one conversation with summer camps when you say children are not affected. If you now change your facts again and you say, oh, children may be affected, not with the traditional COVID respiratory illness, but they may have this more serious inflammatory illness that could be a heart disease issue, that's a different set of facts, right? So respond to the facts, and it's especially tricky here because the facts change. Do you want to add anything on that?
The governor has covered the major issues. We need to make sure that we don't do anything to harm any of these children, and the numbers keep rising. As the governor mentioned, 16 states, but we have over 120 cases here. But if you look across the country, it's past 200.
sorry, Howard, does that influence your thinking about school in the fall? I mean, if this is in fact attacking kids, I mean, at what point do you start to consider canceling school?
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. And look, nobody knows. One thing we've realized as a society, there's an assumption that somebody always knows the answer, and they're just not telling us. Sometimes nobody knows. I'm telling you, nobody knows about this virus. Nobody knows what the effect may be on children. I think we discovered this Kawasaki-like situation. I don't believe it's only 100 kids. I believe it's only 100 kids until you look. And I think that number is going to go up. Good news about schools, the fall is a lifetime away as far as we're concerned at this rate. Summer camps, it is relevant. So on the summer camps issue, on any of these children-related issues, it's really important for us to get the facts on, is this just 120 kids and it's an anomaly, or is that just the tip of the iceberg, and that represents thousands of